Hey guys, I'm headed today to Missouri. We're going up to Joplin, and I'm gonna see what I can find for my booth and for some Facebook Live sales. One thing I'm trying to do with my sourcing is to work smarter, not harder. I do not want to be out every day looking. I do not want to spend hours going to, this thrift store and this thrift store to only come home with 2 or 3 things. Like, I'm just kind of over that for my business. I would rather take a day, drive somewhere where I know there's a lot of stuff, and stock up. So estate sales have been working well for me doing that, but there weren't any great estate sales this weekend, and I needed some stuff. So I think this is going to just be a better use of my time. Even though I do kind of have to drive an hour, I still think I'm going to be able to find a decent haul of stuff. All right, stop number 1 is Range Line Antique Mall. Let's head in and see what we can find. This is a mall that I've been to a couple times before. I usually make it up here probably about twice a year, and it is huge. And there are so many vendors and some really quality vendors too in this mall, especially this person that is up here at the front. I just want you to take a look at their incredible collection, and everything is always grouped kind of in these themes and by items. They just have some really fantastic items for sale. Obviously a very, very talented dealer here. Awesome collection of lots of coffee cans. 30 for this one. Always like these short ones. 25. This is a good one. Jason Sandberg. 20 on that one. Not bad prices. This is an old one. 25. And look at these. Those are cool. I'm not familiar with this type of pottery. Teplitz pottery. But this is a really interesting collection here. All these different pieces. I'm gonna have to look this up and learn a little bit more about it. Or if you know anything about it, let me know in the comments. So I would love it if I could find some art. I'm always on the hunt for butter pats. Those have been selling really well for me in my live sales recently. Small things that are easy to ship. And I'd like to find some pretty ironstone pieces, maybe some platters. I've kind of sold all of my nice platters. That's what I'm looking for. I'm intrigued right here with this little shelf. It's got this kind of funny stuff over here on the side. These stickers and things, but it's a nice color. And I've been selling like some ephemera packets in my booth, and this would just be a cool way to kind of slide them in and display them. I think this might come home with me. I love a good display piece for the booth, something different that can just add a little bit of height. And I used to find stuff like that all the time back when I would source in Texas, but I just don't find it that much up here. This booth had some really nice things. This quilt here was absolutely gorgeous. $265 was the price on it, which is a very fair price for full retail. Unfortunately, a little bit more than what I could pay to resell. And you know, that happens when I'm shopping other booths in other antique malls. Sometimes vendors, just their price point is less than mine. Sometimes they're running a sale. And then other times vendors are just right at the same retail prices that I could be at. But you know, it never hurts to look, to check around. Also, since this is just a little bit of a different geographical area from where I live, the customers that are shopping at this mall are a little different than the customers that are shopping with me. So sourcing from other booth locations that are around you is, you know, can be a great way to find some items that you can still have a little bit of a markup for in your own business. So here's some great ironstone pieces. I was looking for ironstone. That piece is not particularly old. Those were some nice little soap dishes. Actually, those were small plates. There's the little soap dish. Some gravy boats, which I don't sell a lot of. Really, you guys, this mall just is crammed full, and there is so much to look at. You have to just kind of dig and check prices, because you never know if something is, you know, maybe they've had it for a little while, they're marking it down, and it's going to be at the right price for you. This is another interesting set. Paper mache, sow and piglets. I'm gonna guess they're planters, but they wouldn't really hold up to the water. But those are very interesting. Different. All right, so here's a goat cart. Oh, gosh, I'm gonna trip. They've got $1.90 on it. I have bought and sold several of these in my time. I currently have one on my front porch. Usually I've been able to sell them for, you know, more in the $300 area. But this one is a little bit smaller. But they're great pieces to have like in the fall. People love decorating them with pumpkins and bales of hay and that kind of stuff. All right, so here's something promising. We have a 50% off. I just need to see if there's anything worth anything in here. What is this little crock? A small little blue crock. Has a chip on it, but it would be $6. Some Frankoma mugs. Lots of yarn. Golden book. These quilts down here. Let's take a look at this one. So the price on this one is $48. It would be $24. It's definitely a cutter quilt, but it's very soft and the colors on it are really pretty. And there's still some areas that are, you know, in decent shape. So, I don't know. Could be worth considering. Okay, wow. This booth right here, I mean, it's, ooh, the lights, there's a lot. It's 15% off. Could be worth seeing kind of what their prices are and if there's anything in here that of course I pick up the thing, the $119 primitive little butter set. What about these tiny little books? $9.95 each. There's just a lot here. Look at this. Here's a pretty little restaurant ware plate for $2. Not over here. This one, another restaurant ware plate for $1. That's a keeper. What else is hiding down in here? Some big plates. I've had issues selling big plates lately. $2.50. I've had problems with mugs too. $1.50. What are these down here? $1.50. What about this one? Black and white restaurant ware with the trains on it. $2.50. I think I'm gonna go with these two. This little saucers, those don't move well for me, but these little platters are great. Okay, here's something that's really interesting. Little Buttercup's picture book. The price of $14.95. It's obviously in not great shape, but it has a lot of really great ephemera in here. All of these could be framed and make, individual art. Robinson Crusoe, Babes in the Wood. There's a lot in here. I don't know that it's worth that much to me. Like if it was under 10, I would probably get it, because I've been selling a lot of just ephemera. Like each of these pages could be worth something to people that are junk journalers or scrapbookers, I guess. Maybe I'll ask if they'll take less. All right, here's another thing that I just literally cannot find anymore. Flow Blue China. I used to see it a lot at estate sales, other flea markets and things. This piece is $89. This little shallow soup bowl here is $50. I just am unable to find it at a decent price. I'm curious if you are still finding it in your area. So looking in places like this is a great place to find stuff from my live sale. Just small little things that can easily ship, that there's still a profit on. And what I've discovered as I've been doing live sales regularly is that my overall online sales period have gone up, because it's just encouraging people to regularly show up and see what's in my online store. Even if it's not a live sale, they're still kind of getting trained to come and shop with me online. And so I've definitely seen just an overall increase in sales. Oh, those aren't real. Cute. So that's why I've been doing them. That's a bummer. There's only one of him. He's pretty cool. Okay, I've seen this booth before and I want to show it to you guys. Like, everything in here is old McDonald's. So like the stuff from when I was a kid, like 80s and 90s, like McDonald's little freebie toys and glasses and like advertising. Like, remember Mac Tonight? Who remembers Mac Tonight? Here he is. And he says, everything is half off. I don't know. Yeah, Mac Tonight, 1988. So I was 8. Isn't this crazy? It's just kind of fun to look at it. It's like a flashback of my childhood here. Man, how fun are these guys? Look, it's a concrete Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Look at them for $1.95. Those are really fun. Always love a good religious print. This one's $45, which is a fair price with a beautiful frame. My cart is starting to get full. And I'm thinking about this oak library table that I saw back there. That may come home with me. But, I mean, we've got a full cart here. It's about time for me to finish up. I probably have 5 rows left. So, we'll see what else I can find. Okay, I've spotted tucked down over here these 2 unframed paint by numbers. Let's see what their price is on them. $15. I guess 15 each. That one. The colors on them are good. 15. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Everything here is $1. Now, it could just be total junk. Could just be total junk, but it's worth looking. You never know what little treasures might be hiding in here. Sometimes cookbooks can do well. Don't see any that are amazing. Here's some reading glasses. I could use those. A tea bag holder with Golden Gate Bridge on it. It's kind of fun. Beanie Babies, not interested at all. A little wallet. Postcards, not too old. Some tins, I don't think they're old enough. Basket's not bad for $1. Yep, cute little planter basket. Easy find for my booth right there for $1. Princess Diana calendar, no thank you. $1 a piece, nah, on those. Any other little trinkets? Nothing I can't live without. But the basket was a good find. All right, awesome stop. Again, I spent $147 and I got a box full of stuff. Some items that are some lower priced items, some items that are some real steals. I'm gonna try to hit one more place to make the trip up here worth my while, and then I'll head back home. All right, we are here at Junkerville. Stop number 2. I've got about an hour left, so I'm going to try and beeline for places that are maybe having a sale. Let's go. All right, we're just gonna skip right past these first booths because I know they're probably gonna be more expensive, more than what I wanna pay. And we're gonna keep heading to the back and see what sort of treasures we can find kind of buried in some of these smaller back booths. All right, here's what I'm looking for. A good booth, full of stuff, plenty that I can kind of dig through. Let's see what's here. It's really a beautiful bowl. It's crystal. Can you hear it? Crystal, $8. A great price. And some Barbies. More Barbies. I have a friend that resells Barbies. She does them on Etsy, and she does really well with it. I don't know that I know enough to do well with them, but she certainly does. These pretty vintage Avon bottles, $3.50 for 3. It's not bad. Which one is this? Oh, it's just her outfit. Like, it's a headless doll. It's just her outfit. The rest is missing. That's a bummer. It's 10. It's upside down, a little cat on it. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Let's put that back. Glass table lamp is cute. It's just hard to even get to everything that's in here, especially holding a phone. I'm interested in this picture. Okay, this cannot be. This has to be a reproduction. So, Staffordshire, the white salt glazed. A lot of times it's blue with the white. This one is a reproduction. You can, like this, I think if it was legitimately old, it would not say 18th century Staffordshire salt glaze. Still, it's a cute picture, but not that old. Oh, I have him. I have him in my own little Christmas collection. All right, nothing I can't live without, I don't think. Another mall here with just an absolute ton of stuff to look at. Leave me a comment if you enjoy looking through places like this, or if you have places like this near you that are a little more flea market-y type with just so much stuff to dig through. For some people this is overwhelming, some people really enjoy it. I love it. I do get a little overwhelmed as the day tends to go on. In fact, I kind of start running out of steam here about halfway through this store, probably because it was about lunchtime and I was starting to get hungry. Space caught my eye. Yep, it's a McCoy. $15. He's also kind of fun. No mark on him. Something really interesting about this mall is that there is a vendor that everything is wholesale. They do greenery, they do florals, they do new home decor items that they're purchasing from wholesale companies. And I'm curious how they do. They may do really well. They have multiple booth spaces. If you are wanting to know how you can shop wholesale for your booth, I actually have a free guide that you can grab. It's linked right up above, and it's also linked down in my video description box. I'm gonna be honest, I'm starting to lose some steam. I need a cup of coffee. Got just a couple rows left. We're gonna see if there's anything else here. The Cowardly Lion back there. That's cool.
Oh no, honey, come up here. Grand's got you.
Bummer. All right, let's go ahead and go through my haul from my trip up to Missouri. First up is this gorgeous mahogany mirror. Yes, it did come home with me. It's really in great shape. It's got a little bit of a scuff kind of right down here, but I've already sold another large oak mirror in my space. This one is ready to hang, or it could lean up like on somebody's mantle or something. I paid a little under $50 for it, which I feel like is a good price. For sure can sell it over $100. Feel confident about that. Nice and heavy with some really beautiful detail on it. I love vintage tins, but I'm trying to buy fewer of them because they haven't been selling super well. This one though was completely different than any that I've ever seen, and it's huge. And let's see, does it have what it was on it? It's German, but it didn't say what kind of, if it was candy, or I'm sure it's probably some sort of candy tin. But I love the colors on it, I love the graphics on it, and it was 12 bucks, so it was definitely worth the risk. All right, also again from the first place, these collections of little miniature Shakespeare works. It was 3 bucks for each bundle. So I got 3 books with this one and 3 books for this one. I'm not sure what all actual works they are because the titles are kind of worn on the side, but great old books for a great price. You remember I also grabbed this basket. This was $1. It's just an easy add for my booth. I did wind up taking home these 2 paint by numbers. Unfortunately, they weren't able to work with me on the price on them, so I paid a little bit more than what I wanted, but some of the other things I got, I paid so little for that I think kind of the profit margin is going to even out. Great colors on them. Paint by numbers always sell well for me. I grabbed these milk glass planters from a booth that was going 50% off. They were, I believe, $1.50 each when it was all said and done. And then in each one, I also got a slightly larger size too. I think those were $2 each. So milk glass planters, just a very easy basic in my booth that sells well. They'll look pretty too, filled with some greenery or with like a bunch of old silver plate flatware, which is something I have a lot of right now. It was a no-brainer to grab these. Mr. Peanut jar that I believe was, I don't know, 3 or 4 bucks. It's from 1983. I have sold probably 10 to 15 Mr. Peanut jars. They always sell. They're pretty, they're kind of fun, they're collectible. Great buy. I grabbed this little chalk lady. She was also just a couple dollars. There she is. She's a little worse for wear. Her face is in good shape. Her dress has got a little bit of wear on it, but I have sold chalk figures like this, and I just liked the coloring on this one. I was kind of feeling the colors with the art and the milk glass and just some other things that I was picking up. She's a good size. She'd make a really nice little accent piece for someone. And since her face is still in good shape, I don't mind that she's a little shabby on her dress. That's kind of that nice vintage look. Okay, this was a great find. This was towards the end of the mall. I believe I paid $5 for it. And it is German and it is old. It is a very old German pottery water jug. Definitely worth more than the $5 I paid for it. it has a stamp on it here. It has that great primitive look. This was a steal. Okay, grab these bags of dolls. Let's go ahead and open them up. They were each $6 a bag. So each doll, there's 3 in each bag. That means each doll was $2. And I'm not necessarily a doll person, and I don't know like what brand these are, but there was something about kind of all of them together that I just thought was really interesting. And their little sleepy eyes still work. Like, they're all different. And I like that they're all different. I like that they all have different dresses on them. And I think that they will be kind of fun displayed together. They're not in amazing condition. Like, she's kind of bald here on the back. But again, all their sleepy eyes work. Because they're all different, I thought it was worth $2 a doll to kind of, you know, put them all together in a basket and some sort of display. You know, I don't know. You never know. Something new to try. All right, this I grabbed early on, and it was one of the more expensive things I bought. I believe I paid $15 for it. But it is a perpetual calendar. And so what I like about it is that it's still completely functional. Like, it has the pen. Now, I'm sure the pen is out of ink, but if you wanted to, you could put your own pen in here, or you could probably get an ink refill for it. It has this pretty marble base, but then this down here still works, where it rotates the month. And then every time you flip this, it changes the date. And I just loved that. So this is still a functional piece. I think it goes this way. Yeah, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. A great piece that somebody can use on their desk. Marble is popular right now. The brass, I thought it was worth the $15. Probably will put it in one of my live sales because it's kind of a unique piece. I like to have small, unique pieces like that in my live sale. I think I can definitely sell it for more than 15. All right, you guys probably remember the 2 restaurant-ware platters that I got for super cheap, like $1, $2, $3, something like that. So I got the one with the blue scroll edge and the black with the trains on it, which is kind of fun. This is a Shenango china. This one is a Mare china. These were just absolutely no-brainers at that price. I've been getting more aluminum pieces lately. This is a vintage aluminum pitcher. It was $5. It has a little bit of kind of like a detail on it right here. It's a wherever piece, you know, those, it's kind of a common maker of these older aluminum pieces. I thought it'd be really pretty with some flowers in it. Again, they've been selling well for me. Vintage aluminum is just, I don't know if it's a trending item or it's something that's been doing well for me though. So for $5, this was a great find. All right, you remember Peter Pan. He did come home with me. I'm really kind of excited. I'm excited about Peter Pan. I think he is a fun find. He's quirky and unique. I'm glad I got him. And I grabbed these from the Everything Was a Dollar booth. It's 2 Christmas tins. Well, this one inside, that's not anything to write home about. But this is a nice little Christmas tin here. So it was $1 for both of these. And then same deal for this one. This was $1. I've sold this tin before. It's an old fruitcake tin. And there was another one inside of it. So another nice little Christmas tin. It's not Christmas now, but I don't like to pre-buy a lot of Christmas because I don't like to hold inventory for that long. That's just money sitting on a shelf. But for $1, that was just an easy buy. I grabbed this tiny little set of baby shoes. They were $2. Thought they would be a cute thing to have in my booth. And then this little guy was also from the Everything Was a Dollar booth. It's gonna go in a live sale. It's just a tiny little milk glass creamer. Great live sale item. It's small, easy to ship. It was $1 and I can for sure sell it for more than that. I did take this green kind of file sorter home with me as I'm looking in it. That thing is dirty. I'm gonna have to vacuum it out. This was $30. I bought it just for kind of some height and interest and display in my booth. Again, I think I'm gonna kind of stick ephemera packets in it or maybe even some books. It'd be a fun vintage book display. I liked the color and just that it'll give me a little bit of a different kind of height display. All right, for the second mall, I didn't buy as much. I already showed you guys the mirror. I did get the Crucified Jesus paint by number, paid around $12 for that. Another aluminum piece that I got, this was half off and this was $4. So divided trays like this, stacked trays, great display piece. And super, clean, in good shape, a very functional piece. Somebody wants to have it in their home, $4 was a great price on it. Grabbed for the little dog for $2. And then also another little restaurant wear Shenango China creamer. This was $3 or $4, I believe. And this was also half off. I believe I paid $3 for it. It's a silver plate. I just thought it was interesting because it has this kind of engraved handle. And, maybe even all those little dolls might look kind of fun in here. It's just a nice shape. It's not just your basic silver plate platter or whatever. It's something a little bit different. This was my last buy. Piece of art, $15. It's upside down. Told you I wanted to find some art. I did find paint by numbers. Found this, great colors in it. It definitely has some age to it. You can see at the back, but the frame's newer, I'm sure, and it's under glass, but it's in good condition. I can sell art for way more than $15, so I felt like it was a good buy. So all in all, I'm happy with my trip. There's definitely plenty for my live sales, plenty for me to kind of restock the shelves at my booth. It was worth the drive up. If you're in the Joplin, Missouri area, I hope you stop by either of those antique malls. So appreciate you guys coming with me today. If you want to join me in my live sales, you definitely need to follow me on Facebook, but you also need to get on my email newsletter. If you're not on my email newsletter, then you're missing all of this great, fantastic stuff that I send to your email inbox. Those are by far the people that are the most informed about anything that happens with Lost and Found. So you can do that by grabbing one of my free downloads. I've got this great monthly inventory guide. If you're a reseller, even if you don't want the monthly inventory guide, you're not a reseller and you just want to hop on my email list, you can still, get it, delete it, and then you're on the list. Anyway, I'll put the link for that right up here, and I'll also put it down in the description box. That's the best place to stay completely informed, though, of what's going on with Lost and Found. So appreciate you guys being with me today, and I hope to see you back soon.